going on? It's comedian Derek Gaines, the great boy. It's good to see you. Just here talking shit with the populist. Of all time, you could say your regulars, your Richard Pryors, and your Chris Rocks, and your Dave Chappelle's, and all that. And that would be true, because Richard Pryor is my favorite comic. But to be honest with you, my favorite comics are my friends that I run around the streets with. Dave Temple, Monroe Martin, Reggie Conquest, Amina Amani, Chloe Hilliard, Onika McLean. Like, the guys that and the girls that I do the shit with are my favorites because they get me through it. Like, I can marvel at comics that I don't know, right? And be like, oh, one day I want to be that. And, oh, I love how he personifies everything. Goes through a real struggle. Is vulnerable on stage. You know all the horse shit that everybody says about comedy. He struggled. You see that he's being vulnerable and he opens up 100%. Yeah. But have you ever been sitting in the back of the cellar 4 a.m. with a bunch of nutcases just talking about absolute nothing until the sun comes up? That's the favorite. That's the fun shit for me. Being able to just fuck around in New York with the homies that all do the same shit. Remember that movie? Like, no rules. Just run around New York doing mics and eating chicken and shit. But yeah, Richard Pryor is my favorite, but my friends are my favorites. And everybody I just named, we was hanging at the Cellar, and Keith Robinson, ROG, was about to film his special, Bro, he's about to film it, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, he was about to film that.
Yeah. Keith Robinson's about to film. So all of us are in the back just hanging out, and we just shooting shit. And Kevin Hart, of all people, pulls up to the table and kind of knights us all as the new guys. They was like, yo, I never seen the Cellar table all black before, and all you niggas is passed. And if you don't know you're doing something cultural, you're fucking idiots. He told us that. And when we all looked at each other, it was like, were we just knighted by the shortest nigga in the game? Yeah. And we felt like G's for a second. It was like, we really did the whole leave a city, come to New York, understand what the apple is, and then, become a part of it in the best way. Going to the club that you're supposed to hang out at. One, and I guess another one would be Patrice O'Neal giving me advice one time when I first moved out here, but that's hearsay. We all started in Philly at this place called the Laugh House back in like 03, 04. And we built a camaraderie because we was all just on stage trying to get funny. It was never anything like who books what. Nobody came in, I'm trying to be in movies. Nobody came in, I'm trying to just write a TV show. Motherfuckers just really want to just do stand-up. Yeah. And it was just like, oh, okay. So everybody's just trying to be like just a show off or just a dude that knows how to hold court. So if you bunch around a bunch of whole quarters, everybody's having fun. It's a room full of sharks and jackasses. That's what I call comedy. It's a beautiful thing. But it's the things that they say in the street. Like, that's what makes it funny. Like, one of my friends, I won't say names because it's a very terrible joke, but it's still a funny joke. I remember one of my friends came to me, he was like, look at your hair. I was like, what about it? He was like, yo, if I had your hair, I have full-blown AIDS right now. You're a waste of a handsome nigga. Like, that shit, huh? When you get told that, that's just fucking hard. Like, it's funny to sit with, like, damn, I'm not using my hair right. I'm supposed to be sick right now. My immune system's supposed to be dick right now, but,
You're not supposed to say the N-word.
What are you talking about?
I told you,
I'm not,
nice.
What are you talking about?
Too nice to say the N-word.
You out of your mind, please. I grew up with all black folks. Stop.
You went to private school.
What is, all right, wait.
We don't know about this.
I didn't go to private school. I just went to a really good public school. So I don't know why you're trying to do things. See, she about that Cat Williams shit. She's trying to expose shit that ain't really there. I went to a regular good Jewish.
Because you had that joke about the bar mitzvah.
Well, yeah, because I did come up in a cul-de-sac. I was raised.
That's why I was talking about.
She came in a really good neighborhood. When you come in a good neighborhood, you're a product of your neighborhood. My neighborhood wasn't bad. I became a good product. I'm learned it. I like big words. I like being witty, right? I got in trouble all the time at fucking detention because I used to snap on all the homeroom teachers. This is true shit. I used to get in Saturday detentions because I had a sharp tongue. And the reason I want to do comedy is so I can have the sharpest tongue. So in this game, you meet so many motherfuckers that's so good with the wits. So you be like, damn, I need to be amongst the witty. What's up, nigga? Petey Diablo, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody popping in. I'm just doing a little thing for the Populous magazine. These guys are great. Everybody here, comics. Petey's another one, right? And it was a fun time. And then when my mom got a good job, we moved to South Jersey, but I kept coming back to Philly where I started to party. So I was already partying in Philly before I even got it, because I started jokes when I was 19, because I just felt like, oh, this might be it, because I've been trying to be this bully. I should have started earlier, but 19 is what we got. I'm a 20-year dude. I've been doing comedy 20 years now. So I won a Writers Guild Award last year for some shit that for some shit I didn't even expect to get. People, I got it. I got a call from my agent. I was smoking weed, watching Life Swap, right? And all of a sudden, my homie calls me up and goes, you know, Amy Schumer wants you to work for her. What? She wants you to write on the sketch show. They got a deal with Paramount Plus. They doing like a 25 hard out. She wants you to write on the shit. I was like, what? We wrote on it, didn't think much of it, took some jokes, turned them into sketches. A couple months later, we get nominated for some joke writing shit, and then we wound up getting the award. See what I'm saying?
I was in that.
He was in that. See how much fun we having? We having a good time. My favorite comedy special of all time is Richard Pryor live in '79 when he was in Long Beach. Yeah. Remember when IFC was a channel? It came on IFC when I was a kid, and I watched it with the little, they was bleeping out the curse words, but it was still funny. So I went and found the raw cut, and I was just mesmerized by how Richard was able to personify everything, down to the animals, down to a heart attack, down to the pussy. Oh, this dude is a master craftsman. Now you have your Killing Me Softlies and your Bigger and Blackers and your Eddie Murphy Raw. You got an Elephant in the Room, Patrice. And like, you do have classics out there, but the one that made me go, what the fuck, was Chris Rock's Bigger and Blacker and Richard Pryor live in '79. It just did something to me. He walked out. This is when comedy, when Patti LaBelle opened up for him, and then he comes out on an intermission. People not even seated yet, and he's up there joking around, snapping on people in the crowd as they come back, and he's killing. Then when he sees that everybody's back, the way he segues into the special was so fucking clean. It was like, what the fuck? This dude is a masterful dude. And when you want to talk about opening up, his first joke was about him getting arrested and going to jail for shooting his car. So you go, oh yeah, this motherfucker's cooking with a different kind of grease. Yeah, you gonna drive them hush puppies you got on like that. Just the weird little things that he said in that special made me go, yeah, this shit is great. He's the originator. He's the guy. He's the guy that was able to cross over with that nigga shit. Like he was saying it. He was pointing out all the shit that was going on. He was the one that he had the best police brutality joke I ever heard, and that was in the '70s. And how many police brutality jokes have you heard since then? So many. But even Richard was on it when it wasn't even cool to be on it. He was speaking up. And when he saw the whole thing, like his whole story, when he went and saw what was going on, he went to Berkeley and started marching with the Panthers and all that shit, and he used it all in his stand-up later. And then he had Huey P. Newton in the crowd one time, and he was doing jokes. Like there's all kinds of shit, you know. The nigga free base and was fucking dudes. I'm just Rich Pryor. That nigga was a liberated human being.
As he should be, and that's the problem with the older generations. They wasn't free in the sleep. They gotta be on the DL and shit. And then it's all ridiculous. No, I don't want to, but I will.
Here, I'm trying to get the interview done. Thank you so much. We having fun in here. It's a good time. We are all like extensions of Richard and extensions of Dave and Kev and Martin and Burr and fucking, but I haven't seen anybody that's like Richard now. You know, the first 4 times I did it, I had to move back to my mom's house. I had a day job that I wasn't good at, so I got suspended a lot for being late, suspended a lot for not showing up because I was always out trying to get the jokes off, right? I couldn't make rent sometimes because all my suspension, so I had to move back to my mom's house a few times. A lot of couch surfing, had to sleep in my car a few nights and all that. But it was all because I knew if I kept coming up to this place, something would happen that wouldn't happen in South Jersey or Philadelphia. So like you fighting doubt, trying to believe in something bigger than yourself, you know, taking a step on something that's just not normal for a nigga from South Jersey to do. But I just saw something different. Like I knew the city was calling. When I got passed at a club after 8 years of doing open mics, the old stand, this is the second one. I got passed at my first club and I was up every night collecting cash every night off some shit that I thought, I'm only gonna get open mics done. But no, they was like, no, you here now. you're a comic that works at this. You're an original, so we're gonna give you all the spots. And then when I start closing out the weekends at the old stand, when I start going last, after a lot of learned comics would go up, but my energy was enough that I was able to sell that I was the last comic of the night. Like I just kept at it because I knew something was on the other side of it. Like it felt like I was wrong the whole time, especially when I was sleeping in my car and putting clothes in the trunk and then have to go to the gym, work out, take a shower, park the car, go to New York, hang out with your homies till 4 or 5, then come back, get in the car, go to the job that you hate, sleep until 7 in the parking lot, either cold or hot, then clock in to go back to sleep because you was still cooling with your friends. It was never the day job for me. It was always the night job. So I was like, how the fuck do I get to this night job with all my homies? I just got to keep at it. The only way you lose is when you quit. That's what we all used to say to each other. The only way you lose in this shit is if you quit. And if you don't quit, you good, nigga. You're going to be doing comedy a long time. That's what it was. That's what it was always. Me and my homies always said that to each other. It was never a flash in the pan comment. It was like, you funny, right? Then you'll figure this shit out. It was never like bubbly. It was always like very gravitas with the homies when it came down to the art form. Like you either doing it or you're not. People are delusional. People ain't funny. You know, promoters are assholes. Clubs, they pick their favorites. There's cliques everywhere. There's things you got to know, things you got to say, things you got to know but not say so you don't look thirsty. Then you got to look like you're doing something, but it's a lot. The politics might not be as in your face as an LA or a Hollywood, but in New York, there's still politics that you got to go by. But when you find a group of people that you figure out a code to live by, that's when it gets fun out here. Yeah. That's why I've always gone, damn, this city, it really aligns, it moves so fast, it gives you the opportunity to move like that. When your friends start dying, when all your homies start dying, but you got to get on stage in 10 minutes, and you got to look a crowd dead in the face, knowing in the back of your mind that, shit, I don't feel like doing this right now. I don't know how to mourn because I'm a clown. I got to go on stage and I got to do this for work. So I guess I got to deal with that when I get off stage. But man, oh man, while you're up there, I guess the worst feeling is you feeling so good when you're up there, but as soon as you say goodnight, you can be fucked. And that's kind of tough. I've gone through that plenty. Yeah, nobody tells you about that part. Nobody ever told me about that part. When you really start aging in the game and you start losing friends around you, nobody really brings that up until it's happening. And then now you got to go, oh, I'm a comic. I got to figure out how to process those feelings as a fucking clown. Me and all my friends was just laughing a second ago. Now we all looking in each other's face confused because how the fuck we mourn? How do we get this done now? Shit. I didn't know. Whoa, oh. And then that life shit starts hitting you. And then your whole outlook on the jokes change. That's tough. I guess that's the most fucked up part about it. We live the lives everybody want to live too. And it's pretty crazy. It's like, it's give and take. If you gonna have this, you gonna get this with it. You wanna be a clown your whole life, you wanna tell jokes to make money. Oh yeah, your obstacles are gonna be real different. It's what you sign up for. It's checks and balances. What Robert Downey say on Tropic Thunder? It's high science. It's an art form. It's like working with mercury. And anyway. Yeah, man, Derek Gaines. I'm on the road this year. Year of the 4 tour, me and Dave Temple. No need for apologies. We'll be going everywhere. St. Louis, we'll be in LA. We're going to London this year. We're doing a UK tour. DC, look for us. And Minnesota. Make sure you keep watching Peacock. I'm on a show called Bupkis. I'm on this season's Blue Bloods on CBS. And look out for Bupkis season 2. That'll be coming out around the fall.